Welcome back. Now, Agri-Transform will be having a free workshop and Farmers In for Day this coming Saturday in Gobabis. Now, the workshop was strategically selected to be held in the Omaheke region to empower the farming communities and individual households in the region against the effects of climate change. Now, the workshop will be held under the theme, Transforming Farming Practices to Mitigate the Impacts of Climate Change. Now, joining us with more in studio is Ismael, Henock, Marketing and Communications Officer at Agri-Transform. Good morning, Mr. Henock, and thank you very much for making time to join us this morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure for having me.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the missions of Agri-Transform. What is the mission and vision of Agri-Transform? When was it created?
Thank you so much for the question. So Agri-Transform, it's a consultant entity that is actually has the agricultural sector at its core of heart of operation. So the firm is built on two pillars, consultancy directed within the agriculture sector, and then media services also that we offer strictly within the agriculture sector. Now, it's driven by the vision to bring in positive transformation in the agriculture sector, starting locally within Namibia, but then also with a more long-term vision where we get to broaden out SADC, Africa, and then the entire world at large.
The entire world at large. Okay, let's talk about why you selected Gobabis as a location for this workshop.
That's a very great question. Now, Gobabis is a township within the region of Omaheke. Now, within this township, the region is actually comprised of a lot of smallholder scale farmers. Okay. And we are saying that smallholder scale farmers are actually one of the farmers that are like among vulnerable when it comes to climate change. And more specifically, why also we have selected Gobabis is because there was a specific report that this year alone, from January to June, there was reported cases about 26 children that died in Gobabis as a result, actually in the Omaheke region, and within surrounding Wolf Township as a result of malnutrition. Now, in terms of empowering households and then the farmers within the region, we feel like let's perhaps organize a workshops that intends to empower them, and then just focusing on how they can actually also change their farming practices to mitigate against the impacts of climate change. Indeed,
also to ensure food security.
Yes.
This workshop, how does it fit into the larger picture of Agri-Transform?
That's at the core of our operation, it's about bringing transformation to the agriculture sector. It's about offering consulting services. It's about empowering farmers. Now, this workshop fits into the larger picture of Agri-Transform in a sense that it intends to change the mindset of the farmers in terms of how can they actually do things in a more different ways. We are seeing that for real transformation to come, it's also there's an interlink between transformation and information.
Okay.
So the workshop intends to give farmers with new ways of information, how we can actually farm better and then just improve their farming techniques. Yeah.
Okay. Talk to us about some of the overview in terms of the agenda for the workshop, the key topics, it being under the theme Transforming Farming Practice to Mitigate the Effects of the Impacts of Climate Change, and how does this theme speaks specifically to the larger context in terms of farmers in the Omaheke region, and what about the challenges? Are there specific challenges that these farmers face specifically in the Omaheke region?
Yes, the very interesting thing that is happening is that the Southern African, mostly countries, the Southern African countries have become, the entire region has become more vulnerable when it comes to climate change attempts. In fact, SADC has been described as one of the hotspots when it comes to climate change. And now, with it being in that scenario, then we are seeing that the workshop intends only to basically bring about better transformation and intends to empower farmers how we can actually mitigate the effects of climate change. But then we are also speaking about if farmers are to start producing productively and then also increasing their income level, whether they are small or whether they are large-scale farmers, that can actually be discussed with us without, it can be discussed while ignoring climate change. It's like this, as long as you are speaking about increasing productivities, transforming the agriculture sector, you can't just swipe climate change aside. It's like it's a topic that you also have to bring into consideration. That's why we need,
Indeed, interrelated. Okay, now you said the workshop is taking place this coming weekend in Gobabis. You said it's for free. Let's talk about some of the theme areas that will be in the program, activities, and what the public can look forward to, and the venue where it is taking place.
Thank you for that question. And so the venue it will be taking place at Strassen Kendall Hall. It was initially supposed to take place at the Pago Community Hall, but due to some clashing with upcoming elections, so it has been shifted to Strassen Kendall Hall. Now, the activities that the public can look forward, it's more of a practical engaging session in terms of how farmers within the region and household they can actually be empowered, like in their various farming practices, let me say from the crop perspective, agronomic perspective, and also from the livestock perspective, how we can actually be empowered while we are farming amidst climate change. Amidst climate change that we are experiencing.
Okay. So what time is it starting this coming on Saturday?
It will be starting at 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, that's
10:30.
time. Yeah.
Okay. No, well, Mr. Ismael Henock, thank you very much for making time to speak to us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that was Ismael Henock, who's a marketing and communications manager at Agri-Transform, talking to us about the free coming workshop for farmers that it's being held this coming Saturday in Gobabis in the Omaheke region, which is being hosted to empower farming communities and individuals in the region against the effects of climate change. It's starting this coming Saturday, the 16th of October at Strassen Kendall Hall. It's starting at exactly 10:30. It's for free, so if you are in Gobabis, please ensure that you do attend so we can see how we can improve food security, and concerns and issues of malnutrition may become a thing of the past in the Omaheke region. Stay tuned. We continue with more conversations after this.